morning, everybody. It's cruiser day today. We are on a Lexmoto, Michigan 125. Now this is obviously cruiser style, very Harley-esque. It's a little bit of drizzle in the air this morning. Front brake, all good. So first test ride on this, little bit of drizzle, might have to wipe the cameras a couple of times. And just wait for the traffic to clear before we can move off. But while we're out, loads and loads happening this week. I was in at 6 o'clock this morning. I've had about 5 cups of coffee, 2 fags, and good old Bex bought me a McDonald's breakfast, bless her. You're going to go all the way round where it says no U-turns on the sign back there. Naughty, naughty. So, let's wipe the camera quickly. Here we go. We are heading off and down to RB Bridge, and we'll let you have a look at the bike, get a bit of mileage on it, and do the Simpson route. Oh, we was going to do the Simpson route, so we can't go that way. We'll go to Dobby's then. Okay. They're constantly shutting that road off without any notice. You'd expect a sign that says no left turn, and lo and behold, bin man is just going to stop in the middle of the road. Well done. Could have pulled up on the curb a bit. Right, let's go down to Dobby's and we'll have a look around this bike. So, busy week for me, and it's not a good week. And I'm going to try and say this without getting too emotional. If everybody all has obviously been on my live streams, then you all know Chance the Wonder Dog, my lurcher. Now, he is getting a little bit on. He's 13. And at the moment, he is absolutely deaf as a post. He has Alzheimer's, where he can't remember people. And he's now got arthritis in the back legs, which is not a good thing. And then obviously starting yesterday, which was Monday, the wife's come home early afternoon to do a bit of work from home, and as he's left the house, dribble, 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 so he's also leaking everywhere. So let's have a quick look at the Michigan. So cruiser style bike, and lo and behold, someone's right in the shot. So, 125, then we'll catch you in a minute. Stop recording.
A few moments later.
Right. Oh, it's amazing. You go and I feel like Exeter Rider now, where people just walk up and it's like, oh, hello. Right, anyway. Lexmoto, Michigan. That is it. Cruiser style bike. Very Harley-esque. 125, air-cooled bike, 5-speed box, and it looks absolutely lovely. If you want to go and see the other reviews of this, you can. But we're going to get out and ride because I need to obviously keep my brain in gear today. Not a good day. So as we were saying about the dog, he's now got incontinence and arthritis in the back legs, dementia, and every time he walks he's like, oh, oh, oh. So we obviously spoke to my vet last night, and they said, well, we can obviously do more blood tests, we can do scans, but obviously at the age of 13, would it be kinder to obviously cross Rainbow Bridge? And after a long conversation with Mrs. B, we have decided to obviously go and see the vet, see what he thinks, make an assessment. But Thursday afternoon I am finishing early at the garage because he's off to the vets. We may be obviously taking that option because it's going to be better for him. It's not fair, he's suffering and in pain all the time, so no quality of life there. So we might have to cross Rainbow Bridge, unfortunately. So this week may be a little bit of a downer for me, so I might be on the Wednesday night midweek mumble. There may be no live stream Friday because obviously if it's Thursday night, both me and Mrs. B are not going to be in a right frame of mind. So apologies if there is going to be no live stream this Friday. We will see how it goes. But obviously they gave us the choice to go in and have it done over the weekend. It's a bank holiday weekend, and then I've obviously got to prep for the week ahead. So we shall see what happens this week, but I have asked the girls to obviously stack my diary up to the maximum, just to keep me busy and keep my mind off it. But obviously out on the bike, you get to have a waffle. Now, the other thing is, obviously the Motor Rev community have just had their Wales Weekender, and loads of people went down to it. I was invited down to it as well. Loads of people said, oh, do you want to come down and do the Wales Weekender? Yes, I can do the Wales Weekender with you. That would be very nice, but unfortunately I had to work, so I didn't get a chance to obviously get that done. So Peaky went, Cart's Wheels went, and obviously Maverick and Goose and all the boys, Roy and everybody, all went down from the Motor Rev community, and a great time was had by all. But I will get out to the next Motor Rev. If you haven't seen the footage from it, go and look at Peaky Biker's one, it's great, and go and look at Cart's Wheels, he has an absolute blast as well. So great time had by all on them. And obviously I'm looking forward to Wildbad. Obviously got all the stuff now on the Tiger, so we are having an absolute blast on the Tiger, which is very, very good. We're poddling along a nice steady pace. So just obviously keeping it within its parameters, but obviously watching out as we're on a dual carriageway. But the Michigan, feet forward position, knees up next to the tank, arms nicely stretched out. It's a great bike for just cruising around on. It's great fun. So if you do fancy one of these, check out your nearest Lexmoto dealer. We've got them in stock, and I absolutely love these Michigans. I think they're brilliant bit of kit. And obviously once you've run it in, then you can start opening the speed up. Now, a person that has got a Michigan and absolutely loves them is MT Belly, Matt. He absolutely loves his Michigan. Kira's got an LXS. She's having great fun on hers. But you can't go far wrong. Now, obviously, everybody knocks Chinese bikes, and believe it or not, Jim Diesel took out the Triumph Daytona. Nice new Triumph Daytona at the weekend. His video is up. Go and check out Jim Diesel. And obviously going around the corner, and his foot peg broke off. And it was just a really bad casting on the foot peg. But loads of people went, oh, your pegs are probably from China. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Obviously, a British-made bike, and they're using Chinese parts on it. Every bike has Chinese parts on it, whatever you bought. Because KTM, a Ducati, anything, it's going to have Chinese parts. Everything's made in India and China and Asia these days, just to keep the costs down. The only one that you will find that has got, obviously, good quality parts on it, and we wipe the camera. There we go. It's drizzly. And the only one that's British engineered through and through is the CCM, and obviously CCM are a lot of money, hell of a lot of money for a CCM. You can't go far wrong. Couple of grand on a Chinese bike, first bike, run it around, ride it into the ground, or look after it and resell it, and then you can get yourself and spend more money on a high quality bike that is better. And obviously someone said to me, he said, I know you favour the Lexmotos, but of all the 125s, what is your favourite? And I've got to be honest, I do like the YZF-R 125, nice little sports bike, and the Ninja 125 is nice as well. But you do see a lot of kids around on these KTM Dukes, the 125 Dukes, and they're alright, apart from the fact that they break every 5 seconds. That's what KTM stands for, keeps taking money. But if you look after something, treat it right, it will look after you. So, We're going to get down into town. Road sweepers are out. Actually makes a change to see them keeping Milton Keynes clean, because it's normally full of McDonald's packets all the way down the side of the roads. Let me just adjust my mirror a little bit. That's better. Oh, we have an ambulance coming in. Let me move. And we'll get off again. Let the ambulance do his business. But Michigan, nice smooth gear changes. Clutch is lovely on this. We're going to move over to the outside lane because we're going to be turning right in a second. And while we're doing that, let me just adjust my mirror a little bit more. There we go, that's better. I can actually see now, not that I use mirrors. Stop playing with your phone and let's go. And while we're doing that, I can flash off the new gloves. Hey! New pair of leather gloves, don't they look nice? Like them. Only thing is, are they going to be waterproof? I don't care, because they've got fur liners in these. Keep your hands lovely and warm. Winter gloves, but very, very nice. Have a good look around, see if anybody is on their phone today. Doesn't look like it. Apart from matey boy in front that keeps looking down. And if you fancy Swedish flat pack furniture, that is IKEA. Every dream kitchen could do with a helping hand. Yes, I need a helping hand in my kitchen, it's called a woman. There we go. And now we're going to get all the females going, oh, that's sexist. I did have a bag of sugar thrown at me last week, and obviously September, Mr. B and Mrs. B are away on holiday. We're going to book our week's holiday last week, September 23rd onwards, and she went, oh, should we go somewhere different this year? And I went, yeah, can do. Would you like to go somewhere different? And she went, yeah. And I went, how about the kitchen? Had a bag of sugar thrown at me. It was worth it just for the little joke. She didn't take kindly to that. But we have booked to go back to Suffolk, to our little lodge in Suffolk. Got a nice little deal on that. So I should go back to my 3-bedroom lodge with a hot tub and a sauna back in September. That's a couple of months after I do Wildbad. Oh, here we go. Oh, yet another bell of the week. Through the box, a bit more around town. We're going to get back, we're going to park it up. Final QC to do on this later. Final bolt check, register the bike, and then give the customer a ring. Your bike ride's fine. And 9 times out of 10, you never get a bad Lexmoto bike. Of all the bikes that we've had, we've only had one with an issue so far, and that is my Cypher. And obviously I did 2 test rides on the Cypher. Owner had it, did about 15 miles, and the back wheel started making a horrible noise because it had crunched its rear wheel bearings. Why has it done that, you ask yourselves? Brand new bike. Obviously, once we started splitting everything off, and yep, phone Lexmoto, wheel bearings have gone, I need new wheel bearings. But once we'd actually got into the bike, the bearing had actually destroyed the rear wheel itself, the actual rim. So I need a complete back end. Give me a whole back end. Well, when you investigate it, RB, can you tell us what it is? Yes, of course I can. Put it all together at the weekend. It's had one test ride already with Macaulay. He took it out for me because I was just too busy. But once we obviously put the belt back on, and everyone went, how do you check that? Obviously a V-belt tension. Very easy. Tighten it up till it's just tight. You can't move it up and down. And twist the belt sideways. If you can do around about half a turn, so you can get the belt vertical, your tension is about right. So that's how we normally do a V-belt. But when I actually checked the markings, they were coming up, because obviously you've got your notches for your wheel alignment on the back. I had them on 9. Whoever done them at the factory had tightened them to 6. Now obviously I tried, okay, let's see if we can go to 6. I managed to get it. So we had 9 on to start, tighten it up to 6. It's not going. I managed to get it to about 8. So obviously over tightened at the factory, which means that the belt was super tight, pulling at the back wheel and also straining against the bearing. So the spindle bolt was actually straining on the bearing. Quickest way to destroy a wheel bearing: over tighten your back wheel or over tension the back wheel. So just a factory issue, unfortunately, but problem solved. It's had a new back end, RB's worked on it, job done. And you should be doing bolt checks all the time, people. I don't care how many times a week you ride your bike, at least every couple of days, or once a week at least, is do a bolt check and a walk around of your bike. I do it on every bike. As soon as I take a bike out, I have a walk around. Make sure it's all good. And the reason being, things do work their way loose. And if you look at Jamie's riding adventure, his rear sprocket went into a dealership, and he's had issues with that bike. The keeps cutting out on him, and they've done an ECU. They've now found it to be the coil pack. Make the mind up and figure out what is actually wrong with the bike. But obviously he was looking at his rear sprocket, and 4 out of the 5 bolts on the back end were all loose. It's like, who did the bolt check on that then? And he was like, oh, well, I ain't going back there anymore. Don't blame you in the slightest, Jamie. It certainly wouldn't be using the garage that's missed the bolt check. Once, yes, but not when it's been back in and out of there about 4 times. And to top it all, his oil level was low as well. Just basic maintenance check by the garage. Wipe that camera again. It's getting wet out here. So, who's going to jump the roundabout this time? No one. Okay, good. So make sure you get your bolt checks done. Make sure you check your oil. Make sure if it's a water-cooled bike, you check your water. And it's all just down to maintenance, but a garage should at least have a second mechanic QCing bolts. Nothing moves out of our place without a second bolt check. And talking of that, we got the Diablo finished today. I was in obviously early this morning, finished the Diablo, variator and rollers, and it's the first time I have known a twist and go scooter to throw a roller and then obviously lock all the other ones up and cause the belt to go. But that's all been resolved now. I'm going to take that one out a little bit later and have a test ride on the Diab. Make sure that is all good. We're going to head back to the garage, avoiding the puddle. So obviously keep an eye on the videos this week. I don't know what I am doing this week, because my head's all over the place at the moment. Thanks to the guys that have messaged me though and said, don't worry RB, I'm here for you. Thanks mates. Much appreciated. But I will let you know as of what happens on Thursday. But I will see everyone on the live stream on Wednesday night if I'm in the mood to come on. Obviously, with issues going on at home, we will see. Doesn't stop me riding though. Are you going to move over, Mr. Car? Because it's my right of way. No, you're not. I didn't think so. Just blow your way through there. Right, let's go to the garage, park this one up, onto the next bike, MOT in a minute, a dirty great big Range Rover that I've got to do, and then I have, I think, 6 bike MOTs today, which is going to be fun. Where are you going? Right, so Michigan has all been ridden and done. Mileage is on the clock, which is good. So, whatever you're doing this week, be well, ride safe. And from RB on the Michigan, it's a big goodbye from me.